Election day is over, and one thing is certain, that nothing is fucking certain. Nothing's fucking certain. There's nothing certain about this fucking present we live in. And I don't mean present like Christmas is coming up. There's nothing certain about this fucking time. Look, I'm looking at me on the screen. Nothing is fucking certain. So people want to know. People have hit me up, be like, what do you think about all this shit? And I'm like, I don't know. Shit's crazy. I know I like beer. I know I don't like taxes. I know I don't like the HOA hitting me up and going, your gutters are a little bit dirty. You need to pay us $150. I don't like any of that. I don't like socialism. I don't think it's good. Oh, fucking beer. Please don't. Please don't spill on my table. My nice table. I do not like socialism. I don't think that everybody deserves shit. Call me crazy. I don't think that if you don't work, you don't deserve shit. If you're a piece of fucking garbage, I don't think you deserve shit. Like, you know, I don't want to be bothered by the government. I don't want to think about the fucking president this much. I never thought about presidents before this time. You know, I've only voted twice in my life, and one of them was the last election, and one of them was this election. And it's just crazy. Like, I don't want to fucking be compelled to vote, if that's crazy. Like, I don't want to be in a position to go, I need to vote. Like, I don't want to ever have that. I just want to be like, okay, federal government does its thing. I don't give a fuck who's president. It would be awesome. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm crazy. If it would be awesome if you're just like, yeah, I don't give a shit about either of them. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. That would be fucking awesome. You know? It would be fucking so dope to just not worry about anything. But it's been like the past few years. I don't even think like when Obama was president or like the 8 years he was president that anybody gave a fucking shit. They're like, yeah, we need a black president. That was the only fucking thing that people were saying. And then it happened. And then we got an asshole in the fucking White House. And then it fucking makes everybody go fucking bananas on all sides. And you're kind of forced because you're like, your neighbors and everybody are just like, I don't give a fuck about any of it. I don't fucking care. So I wish we could go back. This is what I wish about the fucking presidency is that we could go back to like everyone just going like, well, it's not thinking so much about all of the bullshit, you know what I mean? And excuse me, I've been drinking a little bit, so I don't know much about politics. I'm not like, if you're here to check out what my political stance is on anything, my political stance is, how much does tax on beer cost? That's what I fucking care about. I don't care about the rest of it. I don't care about any of it. All right? You know, I wrote the candidates down, and I'm going to tell you what I think about each of them. So the first one up is Trump, Daddy Trump, right? People want to know what I think about Trump. I think what Trump should have done, this is what I think, as a straight up, like, in the middle, like, don't bother me, libertarian type of perspective. I think instead of screaming and saying like, oh, I was the best president, I won this election, all this shit on Twitter, if you look at this stuff, if there is voter fraud, get your lawyers, go to fucking thing. And obviously it's like a fucking reality show right now. Get your lawyers, Giuliani and everybody, go to court and prove that there was voter fraud. Prove it. Okay? Prove there was fucking voter fraud. I want... If there is voter fraud, which I don't deny that there is, go fucking prove it in court. Do it. Make it happen, because I would love nothing more than the party of the screaming children to get their fucking faces shoved in and proved that there was voter fraud going on. Like, they fucking had a bunch of dead people's names and blah, blah, blah. Which, by the way, has been going on since the beginning of fucking elections. Prove it. Go to court. And shut the fuck up. You don't have to fucking always tweet. Like, that's the thing that annoys me about it. And I'm not anti-Trump. By the way. But I want you to fucking prove it instead of screaming about it on Twitter. Every fucking... If you looked at the election day, it was every fucking 10 minutes. We won this state. We won the state. I won this election. Shut the fuck up and prove it. Go to court. That's what it's for, motherfucker. Okay? And if you won the fucking election, fucking awesome. Great. Cool. But fucking go to court, prove it, do all the legal shit, get your lawyers, prove all these states were fucking legal fraud. Sweet. Or fucking illegal fraud. Election fraud. Sweet. Now, what do I think about Biden? Because you're going to ask, you'll be like, this motherfucker doesn't support Trump. Let me fucking tell you about Biden. What I think about Biden. I think Biden is strictly a fucking candidate that, like, people are literally just voting for because they hate Trump more than anything. Because, and here's the deal. Like, people hate Trump because he says everything that comes to his fucking head, which is much like I do, which is on a different level because people aren't screaming at me for the most part. Like, there's people that scream at me because of fucking videos I've made, but like, Trump is very much like that. I'm from New York originally. Trump's from wherever. He's from fucking Northeast or the East Coast. I think he's from New York or New Jersey or one of those places, but like, one of the things is, like, a lot of the times I've gotten in trouble in my life is that I've said stuff, which is, like, I literally say stuff without any sway in it. I just say factual statements, but in a very blunt manner, and it pisses people off. Like, there has been many times when I've gotten in trouble for things that I have said because I'm just saying what's in my brain without any fucking, let me think about this person's feelings. It's part of, like, New York, me growing up in New York, and I'm not talking about New York City. There's a whole greater state but New York City. Like, I was from upstate, and upstate is basically everywhere but New York City. So if you go, there's Long Island too, which is like to the east of New York City, and people will still say you're upstate if you're Long Island. So upstate, New York and New York City is such a small section of of fucking New York State, and New York State looks like it's humongous. Like, it's like a good portion of Texas or Alaska or anything. It's actually a big state. You know, not huge, but it's a big state. And so you could drive for fucking hours from New York City and everybody's like, you're upstate. Or you could drive fucking 10 minutes from New York City and people are like, you live upstate. Like, you know, because there's no city. So it's one of those things, like, but regardless, like, if you're from fucking, like, within 4 hours of New York City, you kind of talk a certain way and you're fucking raised a certain way and you say certain things, and so people will be like, if you go anywhere else in the United States, and let me tell you, people will be like, you're a fucking asshole. And I'm like, no, I'm just saying what I fucking think without any sway. Shut the fuck up, you pussy. Like, so one of the things about Trump and, like, everybody is they fucking hate him. Like, just hate him because he says stuff. And again, I'm not pro-Trump, I'm not anti-Trump. I'm very ambivalent on the whole fucking thing. Some days I'm like, God damn it, why can't you just be like this? Or, yeah, right on. Like, but it's one of the things, like, I wish and I'm rambling right now, so there's people that voted for Biden not because of his character, his ability to speak. Obviously, if you've seen him speak, you can't fucking say half the words. Kind of like me. If I could be so honest, like I say some fucked up words sometimes, or I spell or whatever. But it's dumb to I think personally it's dumb to vote for somebody based on a characteristic. So to vote for Trump based on a characteristic because he says tells it like it is, that's a dumb reason to fucking vote for somebody. Honestly, he tells it like it is. He's not a politician, all that stuff. I think it's dumb to vote for Biden because he's not an asshole. I think it's dumb to vote for Biden because he's more presidential. It doesn't squash the fact that he is single-handedly. I wouldn't say single-handedly. I did though, but you got to look at the fucking crime bill. All of the things that he's done, if you're going to vote for him, be like, if you're just voting for him because you fucking hate Trump, you're an asshole. Seriously. Look at his background and what he has done to all of the communities, to include the African American community. Everybody wants to scream that Trump is racist, but if you look at Joe Biden's background, he's more racist than Trump. Let's just fucking put it out there. Look at the fucking crime bill and all of the crack epidemic of the fucking past. Anyway, let's move on because I don't want this podcast to turn political. I've said it plenty of times. All I want to say is that I'm disappointed that Jo Jorgensen didn't do better. I was pulling for her. Jo Jorgensen is the patron saint of Mount Olympus on Mars. If you listen to the fucking the OOP episodes, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Stop fucking around. Listen to episode 13. Get that OOP cult in your life, all right? I want to put out some facts right now. I'm not going to put up the fucking... I want to put out some facts right now, and, what's shocking to me is that among the two candidates, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, Jo Jorgensen got 1.2% of the popular vote, which equates to 1.8 million votes this election cycle. We're gaining traction. Actually, we lost. If you're a libertarian or you listen to this as a libertarian, we lost traction because the previous election cycle, we got 4.5 million votes of the popular vote over the last year. So, Gary Johnson, we in the election of 2016, we had Gary Tugboat Johnson with 4.5 million votes. That's a good portion of the United States population. It's more than Jo Jorgensen this year, who looks as if she stole someone's skin and peeled it off and placed it over her own body.